guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Anna, and today we are going to be talking about natural deodorants. So I guess I'll kind of start with my journey, why I decided to make the switch, the reasoning, and then we'll kind of get into the deodorants I tried, why, what worked, what didn't work, pros and cons. So if you guys are interested, please stay tuned. Okay, so let's start with the deodorant that I've been using for a very long time. This deodorant I've been using religiously for probably over 10 years is the Secret Outlast. So I've used Secret for many years. I think that's the deodorant that I always started out with when I started wearing deodorant. So that's something that I've worn for a very long time. And now, since there's a lot more natural deodorants coming to the market, there's more affordable options and things like that. So it's funny because I did start doing my research way back when, before I even decided to switch, because I wanted to know, like, is there downtime? You know, do you really stink? You know, there's just so much that you don't know about natural deodorants. So I would highly recommend, before you jump into making the change to natural deodorants, definitely read some articles, look up some videos, see what people's pros and cons are, because you guys, there is a period that your body needs to adjust to natural deodorants. And let me tell you guys, if I didn't do my research beforehand and I just jumped to a natural deodorant, I probably would have stopped like the first week. I would have been done with it. I would have gone back to my deodorant and I wouldn't have stuck with it. So this is also why I'm making this video, to help inform you guys as well. So before I made the jump, I did read a lot that there's downtime. So you're gonna have to have at least, give yourself a month to 6 weeks for your body to adjust to natural deodorants. Yes guys, a month to 6 weeks, okay? And let me tell you what that period in between is gonna look like. That period in between, you are gonna stink, you are gonna smell. Why? Because your body is detoxing from all this aluminum-based deodorant. For years, you have been clogging up your pores and you've been clogging up your armpits, you know, your lymph nodes, with all this crappy chemicals and aluminum that's in these deodorants, right? So your body needs to detox with anything. Like, for example, when you go on a diet, any type of change that you make to your body, there's a period of detox that needs to happen. So again, depending on what you're detoxing from, some of it can be really bad. And let me tell you guys, when you are moving to natural deodorants, the detox is bad. So again, there's different periods. Some people only get a week of smelling bad and then their body adjusts. Some people 2 weeks, some people 3 weeks, some people a month. Yes guys, it can take that long. So for me personally, my first 2 weeks were horrible. Guys, I stunk, I smelled bad. Naturally, your body needs to sweat, your body needs to, you know, from the aluminum and all that buildup that your pores have had for so many years, your body is now flushing all that out through your armpits. So all that bacteria, all that aluminum, all that is coming out, and it's not pretty, guys. You are gonna stink, so be prepared, because you are gonna smell. But what I would recommend, and what I would highly say, is that there is an end to this journey, okay? You guys are not gonna stink forever. It's gonna get better. It's not gonna smell as bad. Your body just needs to adjust. So again, if you still smell after a week, then it's still gonna take time for your body to adjust. So don't quit it because, okay, I tried this for a week and it doesn't work. No, because that was kind of my mindset. But then I reached out for advice on Instagram. Actually, believe it or not, I actually posted that I was switching to a natural deodorant. If people had advice, if people can give me advice on a good deodorant, and a lot of people, I started speaking to them on it, and they were like, no matter what you do, stick to it. Even though you stink, stick to it, because trust me, it will go away, it will pass. Your body just needs to adjust. So I would say the same thing, stick with it. Even if you stink, just stick with it. There are some people, I did speak to someone that was pregnant. I think they had switched to a natural deodorant while they were pregnant, and it did not work for them at all. Like, they stuck with it for a couple weeks and it just didn't work. And again, I just feel like things are different when you're pregnant. So maybe if you're pregnant, I would highly recommend to stay away from that. Maybe try to transition to a natural deodorant either before you plan on getting pregnant or after you get pregnant, like after you have the baby and everything, because, you know, pregnancy body is also different. So, you know, I did hear from someone that was pregnant that it didn't work for them, and they unfortunately had to go back to their old deodorant. I decided that I wanted to do my transition while I was on vacation. So if you guys don't know, I do work at a place that does give us time off for Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving. They give us time off for Christmas, and I also did end up taking vacation in between that time as well. So I was going to be off for about a week and a half. So I decided that's when I'm going to start my transition, because from what I read from majority of the people that made the change, the first 2 weeks were the worst for them. Usually that was the story for everyone that transitioned. The first 2 weeks were the worst. So I knew I was going to have a week off of, I didn't have any plans. I didn't make any plans. So if I did stink, I could just stay home. I don't have to be out and about, which was great. So it was funny because I did want to start off with the Native brand. So let me show you guys this. I did do some research, and a lot of people said that they loved this Native brand. So here's the thing though. When I read the reviews on Amazon, a lot of people were telling me that they were getting fakes. So I did not get this off of Amazon because a lot of people were telling me they were getting knockoff Native brands. I don't know if it was brands from China, whatever the situation was, but it was fake. So what I decided to do is I noticed that Target had them. So I ended up purchasing mine from Target. So be careful with the ones on Amazon, because I have heard and did read a lot of reviews of people saying that the Native brands from Amazon are fake, are not real. So I would highly recommend either go on the Native website and buy it directly from there, or go like Target carries them, you know, go to bigger stores that carry them. Don't buy it off Amazon because a lot of people, it's been fishy. So this is the brand that I did want to start out with. But what had ended up happening is right before I went away for break, I just didn't get a chance to purchase it off Target's website and get it delivered, and there isn't a Target by me. So to be honest, I completely forgot about it. I really completely flaked. I wanted to do it, like I wanted to get it before my break happened, because that's when I wanted to start the process and start detoxing. But then I honestly completely blanked, forgot to get it right before I went on break. So I was just kind of like, crap. But I didn't even think of that because I had so much going on at work that my mind wasn't even on that level. Like I completely forgot that I even wanted to do this whole detox. But what was so funny is, I want to say 3 days into my break, I went out to the mall and I went to our Kmart. We actually have a Kmart by me, and I went to the deodorant section because my deodorant was running out. So I just wanted to get another deodorant. I wasn't even looking to get a natural deodorant because, to be honest, I completely forgot about it. I just had so many other things going on in my life that I completely blanked on it, forgot about it, and didn't go that route. So I was actually going to get my regular deodorant refilled, like just getting a new one, you know? But when I went to Kmart, they also had a natural deodorant. And I was like, I was looking through the deodorants and I was like, oh wait, they have a natural deodorant. And then I was like, oh wait, I wanted to do this detox while I'm home. So I was like, they have a natural deodorant. I wanted to do this, why not pick it up? So the brand I ended up picking up is Love Beauty and Planet. This is the brand to show you guys, and I did end up getting this at Kmart, and this is in their coconut oil and ylang. I guess ylang is like a flower, so it's in their coconut and ylang smell, and it says deodorant with plant-based deodorizers. Now it does smell really good. It does not smell bad. It actually smells really nice. But so I ended up using it. The first 2 days I was okay. The third day, I noticed that I started to break out in a rash, like a really bad rash. Like it was super, super red under my armpits. And I was like, oh crap. And then I actually did end up, when I started looking up brands to buy and things like that, the reason why I wanted to get the Native brand is because I didn't hear so much of like rashes and problems and things like that. So that's why I wanted to start off with this brand, but I completely forgot and just kind of grabbed whatever I saw that was natural to start transitioning. Big mistake. And again, it all depends, right? Not everyone reacts to things. I just reacted really badly to this. I did break out in a rash on both sides of my armpits, and I went on Instagram and I was just like, guys, I broke out in a rash. I'm trying to go natural. What should I do? Please give me advice. And actually a lot of people wrote to me and they said, don't use anything on your armpits for like 2 days. Like let your armpits rest. They were like, wash off that deodorant that was irritating you and just let your armpit rest. Like, yeah, you're gonna stink because you're not putting deodorant on, but you want to let it rest. You don't want to irritate it. You don't want to put new deodorant on. So guys, if it ends up happening to you, and it even says on the packaging, if you start getting a rash, immediately discontinue it. Discontinue it, no matter what deodorant it is. No matter if it's like a super expensive one, whatever the situation is, immediately discontinue it, okay? So that's what I did. I immediately stopped using it. And the only reason I still have it is for the purpose of this video, is because I wanted to show you guys what I tried, what worked, what didn't. So that's the only reason why I still have this. But I did break out in a really, really bad rash. And then for 2 days, I did not put anything on. I was like, absolutely not. Nope, I am not doing it. So then I went to my local Stop and Shop and was shopping around and decided, let me go to the deodorant section, let me see what they have. Now, when I was looking up deodorants to use, right, I did decide I wanted to use the Native brand, but I also heard a lot about the Schmitz brand, this brand right here, and believe it or not, they had it in my local Stop and Shop. So this is in the lavender and sage scent. That's what I ended up getting it in. They have a ton of different scents. You don't have to just get it in this one, but this is the one I ended up getting it in. And it's definitely very strong on sage. You definitely do smell it. But what I didn't like is that, so it does say if you have to leave this deodorant under your armpit for a few seconds and then rub it on your armpits. And I'm going to show you why. Because if you look at it, it is very chalky. So I don't know if this is going to show for you guys. I'm going to try my best to show you. But do you guys see, it's not like super smooth. It is kind of chalky. So that was my only issue, is that they said you have to keep it there for a couple seconds and then rub it on because it is kind of cakey and chalky. But I'm not gonna lie, I did that, but it was still going on kind of rough. But I will say that it stopped my smell. Like, I did not stink at all. And what's really great is that this really did last me almost all day, and I did not have to reapply, because a lot of people say when you first transition, you want to keep a deodorant at home and one in your bag because it is going to wear off and then you're going to need to reapply. But I would say this lasts me all day, and I did like this, but just the roughness of it, I don't know, I couldn't get used to it. Maybe eventually I would have gotten used to it if I kept giving it a chance. But I was just like, this is just too hard on my armpits. I just didn't like how the application was. So I was like, I don't know. I don't think this is for me. I did like it though, because it did help with the smell. So this deodorant that I got from Kmart, the first one, the Love, Beauty and Planet, like, it smelled nice, but I definitely noticed that within an hour or two I would have to reapply because the smell would be gone and I would smell myself. But again, right, I was using this the first week of my transition, and usually your first 2 weeks are the toughest because that's when your body is detoxing all the aluminum, so all that bacteria is growing and smelling and it stinks. So putting that, you know, putting a natural deodorant on top of all that stench is not going to really help the stench your first 2 weeks when you're detoxing. But I did notice, maybe if I did start off with the Schmitz brand, if I did start it off from the get-go, I maybe wouldn't have smelled as bad as I did the first 2 weeks. So again, I don't know, but I did try this. I did like it. I would say that it does protect you from smelling bad, you know, for a long period of time. It will protect you from that, but I just didn't like the cakiness. I couldn't get over that. And just the lavender and sage smell, it's like, it's not a bad smell, but I don't want to smell like it all day. So maybe if I got this in another scent and kept with it, I would have loved it. So I don't love it, I don't hate it. This is pretty good. Again, it does make you smell good for the rest of the day, but just like the cakiness of it and the application, I just really didn't like. So unfortunately, I did abandon this guy as well. I tried it out for a few weeks, I think for about 2 weeks, and I was like, you know what, I can't deal with this anymore. And then I finally, you know, made an order on Target, ended up getting the Native brand, the first brand that I always wanted to try, and I got this one in the coconut and vanilla smell. So again, this is the Native brand. This is in the coconut and vanilla smell, and I absolutely love this. It's so nice. It's definitely a mixture of coconut, vanilla, but it's really, really nice. So I do love this, but I want to say I have no, and this is the most expensive brand. So the one from Kmart I think was about $3 or $4. The Schmitz brand was also about $3 or $4. This Native brand is $11. You guys, this is not cheap. This Native brand is $11, but I just love that there's a smooth application with it. It's not as cakey as the Schmitz brand. It is smoother, and I just like that better. But I will say that I do notice that I've been using this for, I want to say, 2 weeks now, and I have noticed that I do have to reapply, like, I want to say like after I get to work, I usually apply another layer of it just in case. So I put a layer on when I wake up in the morning, I put a layer on when I get to work, and then that's it, because then it lasts me through the day, at least, you know, from work to when I get home. And then when I get home, I just wash it off and just let my armpits do their thing. Like, I don't put deodorant on again because I just don't want to clog up the pores. I don't want, you know, a sweet smell under my arms while I'm going to sleep. So I just wash it off at night and just let my armpits do their own thing at night, and then just put it on again in the morning after I shower. So far, I want to say that I've had no issue with this. I haven't had the Schmitz brand and the Native brand. I have had no issues with rashes, anything like that. So that's really helps. And I want to say, is it worth $11 to spend on the Native brand? Probably not. If you are looking for a more affordable one, I would highly recommend the Schmitz one. But again, look through their scents because they have different scents. I just don't think I really like the sage scent. So maybe I might go back to it because it did, what I really do love about that brand is that it lasted me all day long. I would not have to reapply, and it actually kept my armpits pretty dry. Because that's the problem with a lot of these natural deodorants, is that they're not antiperspirants, so your armpits do sweat. It doesn't really help you in the sweating department, but I think the Schmitz one did help with like perspiring and sweat. Like, it definitely, I noticed that there was a lot less sweat with that brand. With the Native brand, I also just noticed that I don't sweat as much, but I think that's also because I have moved to a natural deodorant, right? So not saying that non-natural deodorants don't cause you to sweat. I think it all depends on your body as well, right? There are some people who sweat a lot more and things like that. So again, it's just a matter of trial and error, trying what works for you, what doesn't work for you. I think I might try another Schmitz one, just like a different brand. Sorry, not a different brand, but a different scent, seeing maybe if that might stick better. It might. Again, I don't 100% know. But yeah, I have to just try it out, see what happens, you know. We'll see. I would highly recommend, if you are gonna switch, try to switch either kind of in the fall, spring, winter season when it's manageable, right? When you can still wear jackets, hoodies, and you're not gonna sweat as much. I would probably recommend not to do it in the summertime, because in the summertime you have the heat, you have the sun, you have the humidity. I would not recommend that. So definitely wait till it's cooler out. That's why I'm happy I waited. I think I picked the perfect time to transition, because again, that first week and a half I was home. So if I did stink, luckily I wasn't going to work, I wasn't going anywhere, so it's okay. I would just let the detox happen while I'm at home. If I really smell bad, I just stayed home. I didn't go out, and it actually ended up working out really well. And I want to say, after you get past your 2 weeks, it gets better. Again, that might be different for other people, but after my 2 weeks, it got a lot better. And yeah, I would highly recommend it. If you are going to make the switch, make the switch during the colder months, so it's not so bad on you and it's not too much. And if you have tried natural deodorants and you didn't stick with it, I would want to know in the comment section why. Like, is there just something, did you not find a brand that worked? Did you just find that all the brands you were using didn't work? Because that's how I felt, honestly. The first week I was like, this is not gonna work, like I stink, this is horrible. But again, there's just, your body needs that time to detox and to adjust. So yeah, guys, I think I've beat a dead horse here. I'm gonna stop mumbling. I think I'm kind of repeating myself a lot. But yeah, I would highly recommend, if you are gonna go natural, go for it. I went for it. Again, I am a bigger girl, I'm not small, so it did work for me. You know, if anyone was curious on that end, I think it works. You just got to give it time. You got to give your body time to detox. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, till next time. Bye, guys.